on Facebook, LinkedIn. We're going to have the replay on YouTube, and then we're live on Instagram right now. I figured out how to connect us, Monica. So just leave a comment. Let us know if you can hear it. As you can see, I got a brand new banner behind me. March 2026. Monica and the SOS ladies primarily have been working very hard, um, getting this things planned, and it's San Diego. So it's
Yes.
for once, it's like a destination that people are gonna be like super excited about. Not that Tucson and Oklahoma City are not great, okay, but like San Diego's a different tier. Like that's globally recognized as like a destination. So Tucson is like near and dear to my heart. We love it, especially U of A. And then Oklahoma's for Brad, near and dear to his heart. I still have
Yeah.
allergies from that
I
wind, though.
actually like it that if we're on different places, like no one goes
Yep.
because it makes it exciting for that reason. I That was my first time in both places. I loved it.
Yeah, yeah, that actually is the benefit of like going to see like so many people in Tucson, Oklahoma are like, I never been here before. I would have never came if it wasn't for this. I'm glad I got to experience it. Monica, a lot has already changed since February. I think the last
Hmm.
time I had you on live was around that time.
Wow.
And then we need to do it more often. And then if you go fast forward to March 26th, so much is going to change. First of all, this AI is getting so good, right? Like,
You're getting great with AI too. I absolutely love what you're doing with it.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I try to use the tools like early to figure them out. They're not all perfect, but for the sites, like Patient Ace,
Mhm.
I don't know if you've played with the
Of
voice
course.
AI.
And actually, my new coordinator or recruitment person, he absolutely loves the portal.
But we released, I don't know if you used it yet from Ronick. There's like a phone number now where a voice AI will answer and talk. I'll have like a full conversation with the person, and it's like not awkward. It's
Wow.
actually like they're not gonna talk off topic, but they do pre-screen you, and it's pretty smooth. I did it, and so by March 26th, they might be having like empathy,
Yeah.
joking. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I totally agree. All the technology with AI is just mind blowing.
mind blowing, and the sites benefit from it. We were meeting with a couple of groups yesterday in Yuma. Randomly, two different Y Combinator companies showed up. They both have AI stuff, of course. One is Gleam, and the other is Phases. They're both SOS sponsors. They're going to be
Hmm.
first time sponsors for SOS. So shout
Yeah.
out to both of them.
Thank you. Yeah.
They're both using AI from different uh, perspectives and different use
Uses.
cases,
Hmm.
but they're like the sites are gonna benefit because this stuff is gonna get cheaper and cheaper as more competitors come in. And you and I are both site owners, so we benefit from this quite a
And
bit.
I'm sure it's going to benefit also the whole industry when it comes to processes. It's going to make things more smoother, easier, less complex. I was actually having a chat with one of my monitors a few days ago. How complex this industry is that, I mean, you have the feeling that you're doing something wrong all the time
Yeah,
because all the complexities and of all um, the nuances that involves to do research. So yeah.
and if you're a site, I think the smaller you are, the easier it is to be flexible and try new things. The bigger you get, the more employees you get. I know with my site, we only have four coordinators and a couple of investigators. It's still a lot harder than it was when it was just one coordinator and one PI to make things happen. Like you have to make sure so I can't imagine a site with 40 people,
Wow.
how you're going to implement changes quickly. So if you're a small site, this is like prime time for
Perfect
you.
timing. Hmm.
Perfect time. And you referred, thank you for very much, a potential client yesterday who wants to start a site. There's a medical monitor, and a lot of people are thinking about starting sites. And it's never been a better time. Like I'm telling you, Monica, this voice AI that Patient Ace just released, you may not need an admin to answer calls and call leads.
Anymore. Mm.
Nope. It's like that good. And if it's not ready yet, like in a few months, it will be.
Yeah, of course. It learns so quick.
Phoenix, what's
For
up, Phoenix? Who is this? Identify yourself. So
Phoenix.
what kind of stuff are you guys using at your site? Are you messing around with things?
Right now is basically that the um
Patient
yeah, patient Ace. I went blank for a second.
The
Yeah,
voice thing
patient
is
Ace.
amazing.
I mean, we have loved patient Ace since the very
Yeah,
beginning.
you have been.
It's our favorite.
You
It's
have
our
been telling me
favorite.
about it.
Yeah. So it's been a great journey. Raul absolutely loves it, and for us, there is no other. We have tested different other portals, but or other services, not just the
Hmm.
portal, but other services. And for us, the one that has been the most effective is Patience.
So I was talking to the dudes
But
yesterday, and where this is headed, I think, is every aspect of what we do will be automated almost. Like drawing blood won't be, spinning labs won't be. You need a robot for that. But and that'll happen like in 20 years,
yeah,
maybe
hmm
10. I mean, yeah, maybe Tesla.
yeah.
I think let's say 20, but who knows?
No,
But
I
like
think
everything
much
else,
earlier than that. Yeah, but yeah. Hmm.
but here's the thing, everything else where you are using your brain power and like you're just sitting there, right? Like anything where you're just sitting down and thinking and doing something on a computer, all of that is going to be replaced. Even the talking part, like what's going to be left for actual coordinator to do, because I think you're still going to need coordinators, but because there's going to be problems and those problems are unique to every patient and every protocol, so that someone has to fix those problems. But they're going to have
Hmm.
so many tools. We're essentially outsourcing our brain power to this other thing, and ideally it's going to make our lives easier. I think sites can make more money for the time being. I think ultimately site networks become very big. Maybe the CROs buy the site networks. Maybe sites become tech companies. Maybe tech companies become sites. I don't know if in 10 years or 15 years there's a difference between a tech company and a site, or a CRO and a site.
Wow. Yeah. It's just like if I mean, obviously, right now the technology is a lot more technology than before, but
Yeah.
just with the introduction of internet in the industry benefit a lot and had so much changes. Imagine now it's just gonna be completely different world after a few years because everything is gonna be using AI. Right now, we're kind of go crazy with it because it doesn't have as much as policies, guidelines as um, it should be, right? Because we're still
Is
testing, but in
James.
the future. Oh, hi,
James from
James.
Phases AI. So yeah, we
Yes,
were talking about
hi,
this
James.
yesterday. The video is on LinkedIn and on YouTube. See you in Irvine, James. See you in San Diego, James. See you in Houston, James. The last one
And
was a
in
question. I
San
don't know.
Diego, San Diego, San
San
Diego.
Diego for sure. For
Yeah, no,
sure.
he's gonna be in the three of it.
Okay.
Houston, Irvine, Houston, and San Diego.
So this is where the conversation yesterday was going, and I want to get a site owner's perspective. So you know how when you drive, we got used to navigations in the car,
Mm-hmm,
and this is actually going to be an outdated example soon because the car is going to
mm-hmm,
drive ourselves at some point. But currently, like, we're so used to navigation. It's been like what, 20 years now that we've had this technology. You don't even need to know where you're going. Like, you just kind of follow this thing, and your brain is doing something else, right? Like, maybe you could listen to an audiobook. In the past, I don't think you could listen to an audiobook if you had a map and you had to like constantly process, where am I
yeah,
going? I have to remember, like, is it this street or that one? You can't listen to an audiobook at that same time, right?
yeah, no.
But
Mm-hmm,
now you can, because, or you couldn't have done a phone call. Like, let's say you're on
mm-hmm,
a work
mm-hmm,
call, because your brain is using the processing power to figure out what street you need to turn on.
mm-hmm.
And in the future, it's gonna be like, your brain doesn't even have to worry about the safety. Like, the car's gonna do it for you. But if we are doing that same thing, but so as humans, we've kind of lost the ability to navigate well without technology, because we don't actually pay attention anymore to like where we turn, what the landmarks are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's good or bad, because ultimately the net result, I think, is better than without it. But for sites, I think coordinators may forget or may not know how to do certain things anymore in the future because the AI is
Because they're
doing it
not
all.
going to be exactly.
So I don't know if it's good or bad or like what. It's obviously where we're headed. As a site owner, do you even care? I mean, I don't know if we
I
do.
mean, if we what we having is more precise, more exact, less error. Um,
Right.
I mean, I think maybe even the coordinator job is going to transform like all the old, like everybody else's jobs. Everything is going to to transform what we're going to be doing. Um, it's more like having it in autopilot,
Yeah.
probably kind of thing. So it's basically like the pilots in the airplanes that they are in autopilot, but they still have to be there in the case that
Yeah.
something that requires your attention or you to be carrying things
Okay.
out. That's gonna be the process.
Okay.
Is I think it's gonna make the job even more enjoyable for everybody, less stressful, more less complex, and um, quite honestly, I think it's going to improve quality of life. It's going to be a difficult adjustment, yes, because we're used to doing and having control of everything.
Yeah.
Now we're just kind of going to, to let the control be taken, and we're just going to be just the observer, kind of.
Yeah, no, I agree. But so what differentiates sites? Let's say 5 years from now, everyone's using the same tools. Right now, there's many tools, right? But let's say 10 years from now, we agree, instead of needing 20 different patient recruitment tools, everyone uses like the same two or three, just like the IRBs. I mean, back in the
Yeah.
day, you had like 20 different IRBs. Now you have two or three. You used to have like 20 EDCs. Now you have like two or three. So, what differentiates a site in the future other than their geography? I mean, I don't think there's very much to differentiate sites anymore, which is potentially dangerous for
Hmm.
smaller
I
sites.
mean, I still think that people are not just gonna go to speak with a AI. The human factor
Right,
still
right.
needs to be there to create that
In the
rapport and to
clinic, once you're
create,
in the clinic.
yeah, and
Yeah.
to have those conversations to feel that you're part of a community, because
Mhm.
that's something that is a human need. We'll still need that. It's just that the processes are going to be much more accurate, much more easier. less complex and less burden on the site staff, and also is going to make the studies much more accurate. Even imagine now if the AI can create a protocol that meets the goals, but is also patient centric, and in addition to that is a protocol that is going to function or is going to be less challenging
Yeah.
but get the answers we're looking for. So I think we're going to have a lot more studies
Uh-huh.
because we're going to have a lot more answers,
Well,
and
I
it's
guess
going
what
to
I'm
be much
asking,
more precise.
sure. I think the sites become more ubiquitous other than geography. I don't think the sponsors change too much because the sponsors are still the ones creating compounds and, like sponsors hyper specialize now. Like some do only epinephrine,
Yeah.
some do
Hmm.
like tumor infiltrated lymphocyte. I mean, they're just so different, right? And that whatever tools they use, it doesn't really matter because you're going to differentiate yourself. But as a site, you're not doing anything really creative. Like you're just following
I
orders.
yes and no, because I mean, how you have to be creative to reach out to your community, to
Ah,
you need to be creative to have that community, like to hold the space for that community in research.
so the more
You need
human endeavors.
exactly that
So we need to
part.
become more
Those
like
soft
artists.
skills, yeah, those soft skills are gonna be much more needed at the site because we're the boots on the ground, right? So who's reaching out to the people, the sites? Even with the AI assisting us to do the pre-screenings, we'll still have need that human connection when the patient goes to the clinic.
Right.
And even let's say, for example, the AI completed the pre-screening is a perfect pre-screening. We know already the patient is going to pass those first initial
Mm.
inclusion exclusion criteria, but the coordinator still needs to review it, bring the patient back, have that second conversation, right, to build that trust.
So these are then really like existential questions because if you go back to the philosophers like Aristotle, he asked, what is the essence of being a person? Like, what is the essence of being Monica? Like, if Monica was sad one day but happy the next day, like, it doesn't matter which one feeling you are, you're still you, right? But
Hmm.
if you were to remove your creativity, like, you're no longer Monica, really. So, like,
Monica, exactly.
we're trying to figure out, like, if you remove data entry from a coordinator's job because it's done passively, that doesn't mean that's not a coordinator still. But I'm trying to get to what is it that makes a coordinator that we can't remove?
I think that part, the
Just the
the the
empathy with patients?
so imagine the difference in between going to a clinic where you are a number, where you just get come in, goes out, in between a clinic where you're a person,
Where they
where you're
celebrate
treated
your birthday,
exactly, where they reach out to you, where they
where they know
explain
your
you,
mom's name, your kids' names.
where they have empathy, where they have compassion, where they
Uh,
have that communication, that face to face in which you can get answers more personal level. I think that's still important. How would you feel going to an office where everything is automated and you just go like a number?
it depends what I'm doing. I mean, if it's for McDonald's or something, they're already doing that. But if it's
Yeah,
for like my
but
health,
exactly.
I don't know. I'd like them to know me well enough.
Hmm.
But if a robot knows you better than your doctor,
Mm,
it brings up like
I,
this
I I
existential
think,
thing.
yeah, I think obviously there are many things that the computers will do best just because of the level of obviously technology, but there are some things that I think definitely for at least for the current human race, right? In the future, people are going to be more used to the computers and more used to the automation, that probably that is not going to be as important. But for the current human beings,
Yeah.
that's still very important, and we still in our mind, we still need that human connection, even if a computer is going to analyze your health.
So Clinical Research Buddy on Instagram says, I don't think AI can be used for the coordinator role, not in totality anyways. And that's what we're trying to get because okay, here's a coordinator. Let's say we remove data entry because the machines do it. Let's say we remove pre-screening because the machines do it. Like, I mean, you're still a coordinator, and maybe the best way to think about it is the coordinator is the glue, and then the machines are doing all these tasks, but the
Mm-hmm.
coordinator is the glue that maybe keeps it all together in a working manner because otherwise you just have like all these disconnected functions, which doesn't make sense. And then what study do you know without any problems? Like a patient doesn't feel like coming in, or the patient accidentally took two pills instead of one. Like all these things, you're still going to need that human to take over. But what is that skill set really? Like, what is that actually called? That you cannot take that away and still not have a coordinator anymore, right? And I'm not sure what that actually is. Meaning, as a site owner, I'm trying to think how long until we're all the same, basically. Like, everyone wants standardized. Like, I'm on LinkedIn all the time. People are complaining all the time. I wish there was a agreed upon process for everything. Well, if that were the case, why they wouldn't need differentiation? Like, why would they hire a site in Yuma other than just our patient access? But they would just go with the same sites over and over and over again because they're more robotic. So
Okay,
there's
so
something different. There's something variable.
yeah, I actually ask AI.
Wow. Let's
I
see.
just ask AI.
And
so so I ask AI, what can AI do to improve the clinical research coordinator job, and how do you see this job in the following 5 years evolve with AI? What is with AI, right? And then what is the skill set that the AI cannot take away? So the three questions that you just made.
yeah,
Okay, so it says that the AI, what it's going to improve is the data entry and management automation, patient recruitment optimization, regulatory compliance support, remote monitoring and EPRO, ECOA support, report generation, and analytics. Okay. How can the CRC role will evolve in 5 years? More oversight, less data entry. So the CRC will move from data manager to data overseer, ensuring AI output is accurate and contextual. Hybrid patient management, coordinators will manage both in-person and digitally engaged patients using AI tools to ensure adherence and engagement. Increased use of digital platforms, decentralized and hybrid trials will become a standard. Higher
decentralized.
strategic, yeah, higher strategic involvement. So CRC will collaborate more closely with principal investigators, sponsors, and regulatory bodies, contributing to the trial design and operational strategy.
Right.
And then
Okay.
ethics and human interaction.
So
So at trials,
you basically eliminated the need for a CRA at this point because if
yes,
a court if a coordinator
kind of.
is essentially doing the CRA, then maybe you eliminated the need for a CRO because the site network, especially if they're consolidating, are doing these things with the machines.
Exactly.
Then you have essentially one company instead of two because you got rid of the middleman. And especially if all these tech vendors are white labeled, so you don't can't tell the difference between patient Ace and One N Health. Let's they just all do the same thing. They're ubiquitous. They're very cheap. It's deflationary. So yeah, I think Leon's asking instead of using AI, you can make another. What value has a site versus a decentralized clinical trial? I think it's the interactions with the patient. Although if you send a nurse to a patient's home, I mean, I don't know. I think that's kind
I
of
think it is going to be a hybrid, quite
Mm.
honestly, Leon, because uh, the sites are going to be able to tackle in many different areas, like or to tap in different areas, like for example, doing decentralized studies or doing this, but you still need to have that place where everything is going to take place, right? And the options for the studies that still need the patients to come, or let's say, even if it's a decentralized study, sometimes it has assessments that might be available for the patients at the site, or maybe that's something that you need to start doing mobile. I don't know, but I think it's going to be more like a hybrid kind of thing. That's my perspective, right? I actually remember we had a meeting with one of our sponsors of the Safe Our Sites, and we were talking about the mobile clinics.
right,
So
right.
yeah.
Giving
Hmm.
patients more options. I mean, ultimately, the patients win and the drug companies win because the drug companies want predictability. They're going to definitely get more of that with the machines than with people.
Hmm.
And then the patients want convenience, and technology, if anything, does provide more convenience. But you still need
And
like a customer service aspect too,
yeah,
which
and I also think to keep the the industry, if I mean politically more correct, as it is, we already have bad reputation, right? Pharmaceuticals and clinical research with the black sheep always. So I think having, if it's completely automated, it will increase that bad perspective. Well, if it's still the human factor part of it, that trust is still there. Um, Especially for this industry more so than any other,
right.
because you want to feel assurance.
The one thing that sites will always have going for them, and I think this will be the site's superpower, and it's related to what you were saying about community outreach and having the relationship with the patients, is people are very distrustful of pharma. Like they are maybe the most distrusted
Industry. Hmm.
industry in the world, at least in the
Hmm.
US. I
Hmm.
don't think that's changing anytime soon. So to think that a patient will trust Pfizer and just like submit to all the machines and be like, yes, Pfizer, I whatever you want.
Exactly.
I do
Hmm.
think you're gonna need like this ambassadors in the community,
Exactly. Hmm.
and that
and
is
and
ultimately the sites.
and also culturally competent, because
That's
that's
right. That's
something
right.
that we have it at the site and nobody else out there, right?
That's right. That's right. Um, I know you have to go, right? You have a hard stop, so
Yeah.
I gotta let you go. But this was good. I maybe this will be part of as we get into March. This will become part of the topics at SOS. So nice to see you, Monica. Everybody, go connect with her
Thank
right
you.
now
Thank
on
you.
LinkedIn, on Instagram, wherever you want to find her, Monica Quitiva. We'll talk soon, Monica. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you. Let's do another live soon.
Bye bye, guys. Save our sites.
Bye.
March 2020.